Hi everyone, this is Vaisakh Sabu. In my previous video, I had talked about the placebo effect. If you haven't already seen it, be sure to check it out. In today's video, I'll be talking about the nocebo effect, which is the opposite of the placebo effect. Placebo in Latin means I shall please, whereas nocebo in Latin means I shall harm. So, what does the nocebo effect mean? Let me explain it to you with the help of an example. Suppose I go to a doctor for any kind of illness and the doctor prescribes me a sugar pill, that is a pill filled with sugar or any other inert substance instead of the actual medication. I take the pill and I am on my way back home thinking that I have got the medication for my actual illness. Now the doctor gives me a phone call. He says, Vaisakh, I have given you the wrong pill. I have given you a pill which induces vomit, dizziness and even can cause lots of harm to your body. You need to get immediately admitted to an emergency ward. Now, on hearing this, there is a high chance that it can induce vomit and dizziness in me and I can even fall unconscious and be needed to get admitted in an emergency ward. But we actually know that I was just given a sugar pill. That is a pill filled with sugar. This is known as the nocebo effect. That is, even an inert substance such as a sugar pill can turn very harmful to our mind and body if we actually believe it to be a harmful substance. This is the principle behind voodoo or black magic or kala jadoo or kudotram, as you say in my mother tongue Malayalam. To a person who believes in black magic, no matter what all the rationalists and the scientists in the world say, it can have a negative effect on that particular person based on his beliefs. This is what happens in the case of fake godmen and fake babajis that we find all around the world. My true respects to all the spiritual gurus and yogis and the true godmen who are leading people on a spiritual path, making them nearer to God. But there are a few among them who are actually criminals and are actually using the placebo and nocebo effect to their advantage, even though they have no idea about what it is. Let me explain it to you with the help of an example. Let's take a girl named Mansi. Mansi believes in this particular godman. She truly believes that he is the incarnation of God. In Mansi's mind, there is no doubt that he is a fake godman or he is just some kind of criminal. So, if Mansi believes that the blessings or a herb given by the fake godman can cure her of any illness, and if she has any particular illness and if she goes to this fake godman, there is a high chance that she can get cured on receiving his blessings or some kind of herb. Now, it is not the power of that fake godman. She actually believes so much that it awakens the placebo effect within her own body and heals her. Now, the opposite can also happen. If for some reason this fake godman curses her and tells her that I am not pleased with you, you are going to fall ill and in 2 months time you are going to die, then there is a high chance that Mansi can actually fall ill and maybe even die. This is because she has awakened the nocebo effect within her own body because of her unwavering faith in this person. To us he is fake, but to her he is God. So you can see that it is the belief of that person that awakens the placebo or the healing power or the nocebo or the harmful effect. Now the scientists and rationalists among us are quite immune to the nocebo effect, but there is a downside to that. The rationalists and the scientific people are not able to use the placebo effect as much, because even when we go to a genuine healer, we are quite skeptic and our conscious mind is continuously interfering with the subconscious healing power within our own body. In order to convince you guys who want more scientific backing in order to prove the nocebo effect, let me share with you the following case study. It is titled Hex Death by Voodoo Magic or Persuasion in the Southern Medical Journal. It is the case study of a 60-year-old man who got admitted in a hospital in Tennessee, which is a southern state in the United States. The name of the person has been kept hidden for privacy matters, so I am going to name him George. He had been getting sicker and sicker for around 4 months before he actually got admitted here. In this period, he had lost around 20 to 25 kilos. He looked like a person who was suffering from some kind of cancer or tuberculosis. The doctor in charge at that hospital was by the name Drayton. He conducted lots of x-rays and tests on George. But all these tests came negative. There was nothing wrong with him. But George was refusing to eat any food. He was continuously repeating that there is no use of me living. There is no use of me eating any food. That finally he had to be given a feeding tube. Dr. Drayton was totally confused. There's nothing wrong with this person. Why is he doing such things? Why is he losing his health? He was totally confused. One day, George's wife came to doctor and told him, my husband has been voodooed. Let me explain it to you. They lived in a community where voodoo or black magic was often practiced. One day, George fell into an argument with the local priest over there. That is a local voodoo priest. The voodoo priest took a bottle filled with a foul-smelling liquid and poured it on him and told him, you are going to die very soon, George. After that day, George was totally lost. He stopped eating food. He stopped doing his job. He continuously used to say, I am going to die very soon. I am going to die very soon. Now, Dr. Drayton was a quiet, intelligent person. He realized what had happened there, and so he devised a plan. The next day, he went to George's bed. He called all his relatives and he told them, yesterday I tricked the voodoo priest in meeting me. I caught hold of him and told him, what did you do to George? Initially, he didn't tell me anything. Then I caught hold of him and pinned him on a tree and choked him and asked him, you better tell me what you did to George. Then the priest said that he had rubbed lizard eggs on George's skin, and the egg has gotten into his blood system and hatched inside his body, and a lizard was eating him from inside out. The only thing that we need to do is to remove that lizard. Now, Dr. Drayton called his nurse. She came with a big syringe which was supposed to be filled with a very potent medicine. But actually, it was filled with a solution that would induce puking in George. Dr. Drayton checked the syringe carefully and he looked at George. George was terrified. He injected the medicine into George's body as if he was injecting some holy medicine, and without uttering a single word left the room as if some kind of hero in a Hollywood movie. Now George, after receiving this injection, started vomiting into a basin. Before he could finish vomiting, Dr. Drayton entered the room back, hiding a lizard within his palm, and without any of his relatives or George noticing, slipped the lizard into the basin and exclaimed, "Whoa! Look! There's a lizard! It has come out!" Now George was terrified, so was his relatives. They were taken aback and they actually saw this lizard. Some of his relatives actually fell unconscious and George himself was startled. After a few minutes, George also went into a deep sleep which lasted for 12 hours. When he woke up, he was quite hungry and thirsty and he started eating all the food that he could find. After 1 week, George was discharged from the hospital as a new man. Now, this is not a fake study that I have invented in order to make this video more interesting. This is an actual study and I will link to it in the description below. Make sure you guys check it out. So I hope I was able to convince you guys that to people who believe in black magic or voodoo or kala jadoo, it actually exists for them. The only way to be immune to it is to know about the nocebo and the placebo effect and not letting unwanted thoughts or unwanted suggestions by such voodoo or fake gurus enter into our mind. But more than these voodoo priests, I am more worried about the present day doctors who, on receiving certain blood tests or scans, tell their patients, you are suffering from a chronic disease. You are not going to live for more than 2 to 3 months. These poor patients actually believe their doctors. They do not know about the placebo effect and that what the doctor says is not final. There is a high chance by meditation and positive thoughts he can actually heal himself. There are various case studies that prove this, but that is for another video since I want to keep this video short. In my previous video I had a giveaway, so Sagar, you are the winner for that video, and I have sent the book to you. I hope you received that book in good health, and be sure to let me know how you found that book and whether it was interesting to you. A special shout out and love to Sonam and Abhishek for your lovely comments. It's really humbling for me that I was able to positively affect your life. That means a lot to me. Now the most important thing in this video, you guys need to subscribe to my channel and do give me a like if you find this video informative. Also, I would love to hear from you any of such black magic or voodoo incidents in your own life and how you were able to overcome it. I also used to have certain beliefs like we should not get out of our home like in odd numbers. Like in my home there is a belief that we should only go out as an even number. So see, that is a belief in my household. So is there something like that in your house, certain beliefs that you do? I'm not against all that. If you believe in it, it's good for you, but don't let it affect you negatively. So be sure to leave your comments in the comment section below. So until next time, have a nice day and bye.